and good morning. Just made a few changes in my blurb last last second, really, because it already had changed to 4:44. Anyway, it is a workshop weekend, and those are always times of deeper connection for me as I get to mingle with people that are practicing authenticity and honest communication without the artificial barriers that we normally put up so that we can appear proper. Oh, it's good to be able to hang out with people that are willing to exercise that level of honesty and vulnerability. It really is. Anyway, the title for today is Reawakening Our Latent Gifts and Learning to Trust. We live at a time unprecedented in human history, a time of awakening to our greater potential. For millennia, the human family has experienced the illusion of limitation. Whether imposed upon us or chosen by some aspect of our own being long forgotten, the need for change has reached a high pitch and is heard in the heavens and across the planet. This is when we are being provided with grace that will enable us to trust the vast network of heavenly resources that will help us change our lives and the very world in which we live and move and express the divine nature of our being. It took me a good while this morning to even come up with a title. I actually started with a couple of other titles before I got to this one, because I wasn't exactly sure. I was in meditation from approximately 3 a.m., a little bit before actually 3 a.m., although the first hour of that was in bed, as I just lay there observing as the flow of thoughts went through my mind, and I said some prayers. And it's an interesting time indeed. The shift that happened for me from Friday night till yesterday morning was amazing. And several times during the day yesterday, I found myself trying to imagine what these healing chambers that I requested that I enter while I was sleeping the night before last. What are they really like? Because I don't have any inkling as far as physical appearance or actual memory of them, but I experienced the transformation of my awareness and my focus just over a night's sleep after having requested a journey into those chambers. And I will be exploring this in more detail as the days go on. But I found myself today also in prayer doing protection, which is really interesting because I've been one that has always believed that love is all the protection I need. Well, obviously, in events over the past little over a month, 5 weeks or so, and in fact it's been exactly 5 weeks that I was arrested in my own house for driving. I don't know how fast I was going in my car. It couldn't have been very fast because it sat in my garage and I was arrested in my living room. So anyway, interesting things are happening for me as I'm being reassured that I'm having guidance. And one of the issues that I have had for a long time is trust. Trusting that Spirit, God, the heavens, angels, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, is willing and able to actually work in three-dimensional reality. Or if this is a place of abandonment, my God, why have you forsaken me? Jesus cried out from the cross. And humans have been crying out from our individual crosses ever since, and before that even. For millennia, as I said, we have labored under the illusion that We live in a world of limitation, a world that the only reality is what we can perceive with our eyes and our other senses, our ears and our taste and touch and what did I miss? Five senses, and I missed one. Anyway, smell. And other senses are being awakened within us. Other gifts, latent gifts, are being reactivated in the human family. Not everybody's getting it all at once, and not everybody's ready to get it, even now. But more and more people around the world are. My friend Jeff sent me I don't even know where it is, but the guy looks Oriental, and he might be in Australia even. I'm not sure. It could be even the United States. I'm not sure. But he's speaking in a language that I don't understand, and it's being dubbed, and he's talking about the situation in the world. But this phenomena of people being able to speak out, well, speaking out whether they're allowed to do it or not, because the governments are still trying to clamp down on our freedoms and our natural rights. But it's not going to work, because we are being empowered in ways that we do not even understand, and yet many people around the globe are also being abused for the exercise of their natural rights. And this is a travesty that we as humans are being called upon to address individually and collectively. We are being called upon to make the changes and learn to trust that indeed we do have assistance that we do not always see. We have assistance that is manifesting in ways that some people still don't want to buy. Now, I honestly hope, and I know that many of my friends, even some of my very best friends on Facebook and YouTube, don't agree with me on this, but I still believe that the extraterrestrials need to assist us in arresting the powers that be, the cabal. I still believe that that is an essential, a not without which the world will not ever change until we can change the level of leadership and the authority figures that are sick and insane, pathological liars, sociopaths. We need to change that. Now, what is that and who are they? They are representative of our own shadow, of our own dark side. And we need to come to grips with that we cannot even perceive the injustice unless there is a remedy for it within us. Because you can't see a problem that's not ready to be fixed. And the only fix that I can see for the world, I'm not talking about for me. I need to go through changes that affect my life individually. But I care about the whole world. When I hear of people suffering needlessly, it breaks my heart. I feel that, and so does God, I believe. And I believe that God is hearing. What I keep getting reassurance of for myself is that I am being taught that I can trust again. I can exercise faith. I can learn to rely upon grace and mercy and know that it will happen for me in physical reality, not in the sweet by and by when I die, but here, now, while I'm living. I have no fear of dying. I mean, there's been many times I've prayed to die, even recently, on my bad days. I've prayed to, God, just let this pass from me. I don't want to be here. I mean, it hurts too much. The uncertainty is killing me. The doubt, the anxiety is just wearing away at me. I'm feeling fear that feels overwhelming to me when authority figures feel they have the right to overrun my rights and to not even let me speak in court and to defend myself against their false claims. But things are happening. Yesterday I got 2 letters from courts. 2, not 1, but 2 letters. And one is from the judge that I was before last Tuesday, who granted my request and ordered that the case for resisting arrest without violence be moved to the other court that is hearing the driving without a license charge. And it's that same judge that I was before last Thursday. And you better believe I'm going to be filing papers protesting that. But the other paper is apparently they don't want me to appeal my case before the Southern District Court of Alabama, which is a proper jurisdiction because I am in the republic. I am not in the corporate government. I am in the republic government, and it's the government that I have chosen as my jurisdiction, as my proper venue. But they issued something to the appeal court in Daytona that messed up my appeal last year by allowing the same judge that I was appealing his order to give the opinion, which was just nothing but a number, a code that I don't even know what it means, and I don't care what it means because it was unjust. And so they're trying to get me to pay the $300 to put the appeal in that court, which of course I'm not going to do that either. And we are going to be setting up a court right here, probably in Brevard County, in the very near future. It's probably no more than a few weeks to a month away, I hope. But in any case, the closest real court that deals with real law and common law and allows the exercise of freedom and of rights, the closest one to me is in Alabama, not Florida. But the Republic is rapidly moving toward creating courts in every one of the 50 states, so that people that have been abused by the system in the courts that don't uphold their oaths of office, don't uphold the Constitution of either the United States of America or the state in which the people are living, are going to have a remedy, because currently the system does not provide a real remedy. They ignore every remedy that exists within the law as if it doesn't exist. That's been their modus operandi. But we are reawakening our gifts and having them reawaken. And I was assured this morning again that, Ron, you're going to know what to say. You're going to know how to file the proper paperwork. And it's not going to, I'm becoming more and more convinced that it has nothing to do with any court appearance. It has to do with paperwork. Because court appearances where they refuse to even listen under threat of violence, I'm sorry, that is not a venue that you want to be in. You don't even want to be present in that kind of a venue. So somehow our gifts need to be stirred up. And I'm hoping that Drake's and some of the channeled messages that are coming, that the extraterrestrial help is here and it's ready to move. I'm hoping that's the truth. And I know a lot of you think that's airy-fairy. And I'm sorry. I still believe that that is a very real potential, and it's a necessary thing on the earth to actually start shifting the fear to where it belongs, to those that are trying to generate it in the whole world. The fear needs to be put more strongly and more forcibly into those that are trying to arrest everyone else when they themselves start getting arrested and they start seeing powerful people in high places being brought to justice and being indicted for crimes against humanity. We talked yesterday about the straw man and stuff like that. Yes, it's their straw man that will have to stand judgment so that their natural person can maybe be liberated, can maybe be redeemed. Because the whole thing with God is about redemption. And this is where we're headed. This is what's being awakened within us. All of these principles of justice and principles of truth are coming home to each of us that are opening ourselves, opening our hearts, opening our minds. And we're going to transform the world. And I think it's going to be much more rapidly than many people think is even possible. I'm praying for that. I'm wanting that. I'm asking for help in that direction, and I encourage you to do the same. Don't put it in your head that it has to be years and years and years. Let it be days and weeks, and at the most, a few months, that these changes need to actually come into fruition so that we can see the visible changes in our world. I've rambled long enough this morning, and once again, as always, I do thank you for listening. I thank you for your prayers and your support of what I'm doing in standing up for my rights and standing up for the rights of humanity. We, the people, are on the rise. Know that and be blessed by the fact that it is true. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.